is nighttime, but I do want to show you and share because I'm gonna be juicing, and so I want to show you how I make Terrence's carrot juice. So the first thing we gotta do is wash and peel the carrots. Right now we have 2 bags of 6-pound carrots from Costco, and we get the organic kind. So whenever you can, try to juice organic vegetables and fruits. And we're also going to mix apples with this, and so I'm just gonna use whatever I have left over. It looks like I have 5 apples left over, so that's what we're gonna use with this recipe. Okay, this is all the carrots we have to wash and peel. And as you can see, I have all my supplies ready. I have my colander ready. I have my juicing station over here where I have the peeler, the apple corer, we've got our Nama J2 juicer, I've got my glass container for catching the juice, and then I do have a strainer for the pulp, and then also I have a container to catch, the container for the juice and a container for the pulp. The Nama J2 came with smaller plastic containers, but because we are juicing a lot, I just prefer a bigger container to catch the pulp so that I'm not constantly changing or throwing things out. And then I prefer a glass measuring cup because obviously glass is better than plastic, and also it allows me to measure so that I know how much yield I have for these carrots. Now for this recipe, I actually already have, this is pretty much something we've repeated for a while now, so I know how much it yields in terms of how many bottles and ounces and all that stuff. But in the beginning, when you're experimenting with like fruits and vegetables, and you know what kind of juice you're juicing, it's nice to know and measure ahead of time, like how many apples and other fruits and how much that yields. This way you can keep track of things and see how they taste to you. So definitely is trial and error in the beginning, but once you have a good flow of what you're juicing, you just stick to it to keep things simple moving forward. So I'm gonna go ahead and wash this and peel them because it's gonna take a whole lot. I do have to wear gloves because I found out halfway through this journey that I am allergic to carrots. Like my skin is allergic, and so I would get really, really itchy on my hands. It's like some kind of dermatitis, and so I have to wear gloves, and it looks like I already tore that one, so I'm gonna get a new one because it's not good for my hands. It lasts about like a whole month when I get the itchiness. So I'm gonna go change these gloves, and I'm gonna go wash and peel these carrots, and then I will show you what the next step is. Okay, I finished washing the carrots, not peeled yet, but I also went ahead and washed the apples, and I have remaining oranges here that is needing to be juiced as well. So that is our batch of carrots, apples, and oranges to juice for tonight. We're gonna have some that's pure carrot, and then we're gonna have some juice that's carrot apple, and then since we have these oranges, we're also gonna have carrot orange juice. Yay! So let me go ahead and peel. Washing them took about I don't know, maybe 10 minutes to do, but just because I like to make sure that all the dirt from the carrots are gone. And so in our cancer coaching group, they actually recommend to keep the peel on the carrots, but we like to peel them because it tastes very strong with a peel on, but it is better for you to keep the peels on them. But the best juice that you juice is the juice that you drink, and so I like to take the peels off of ours. All right, I'm gonna go back and then I'm just gonna go peel these. Here's my handy dandy peeler from IKEA. This is an old one, but I like this one. I have other ones in the kitchen, but I still go to this one for some reason. So that is a lot to peel. I'm gonna let you know exactly how much time I take to peel all of these. And then of course we're gonna cut them, but let's go peel them first. Right now it is 7:05 p.m. So I will go ahead and peel these, and then I will go back and let you know how long it took. When we were just learning how to juice, it took us really, really long to juice the carrots, and I would juice them during late nights. Sometimes it'd be really late at night, and of course, you know, I'd want to go to bed already, and so I just learned to juice really fast, and that includes learning to peel the carrots fast. You just get used to it. See how I love this peeler? You just do it really fast. So obviously I'm not going to show you this whole thing because it's going to take forever. I don't know if you want to watch a video with me peeling carrots the whole time. I don't know. Maybe eventually. I'll just put a nice music in the background or something. But for now, I'm just showing you the whole process from beginning to end of making carrot juice from fresh organic vegetables. The whole idea behind this is that juicing gives the body the maximum amount of nutrients in the shortest amount of time, and the body doesn't need to digest it because it's juice, right? It goes straight to your system. The body doesn't have to work really hard to convert those nutrients into something absorbable that the body can use. And so that's really the whole concept behind juicing, is that when you juice, the body can absorb all the nutrients from all these vegetables as fast as it can. And so juicing is different from smoothies, right? So we use a juicer instead of a blender. You can use a blender too if that's what you have, but obviously you have to strain the juice from when it all gets blended. And so having a juicer is recommended if this is something you see yourself doing for a long time, either for yourself or your family members. We were definitely not fresh juice people before Terrence got cancer. We would just buy the regular juices from the grocery store, usually orange juice and apple juice. Sometimes, you know, raspberry lemonade, strawberry lemonade. We love those things. But really, once you realize that everything that they sell in the grocery store that is not fresh are laden with preservatives. And so the less ingredients you can find in the foods and drinks that you buy, the better, and the healthier they are for you. So yeah, this is just something that we learned as we went along. I mean, the big benefit is that we learned to drink better and eat better for the family. I learned to shop better, read ingredients, minimize foods with preservatives, in the home. Obviously, we're not perfect. You know, we do what we can. We still eat some foods that have preservatives, but we're trying to move away from that, obviously. And it's been a year now since Terrence was diagnosed, over a year actually. And so he does not eat as much as possible, right? Little to no foods with preservatives. And so the fresher they are, the more whole food they are, the less ingredients, the better. So as you can see, I have a lot to go still, but this is not bad. It's only 7:13 here, so I've already done quite a few of these carrots. I didn't realize I would be talking through this video, but hopefully you don't mind looking at me or my hands peeling these carrots for you. Maybe I'll change the angle of this phone. Doing it on the fly right now, so this phone is really just on my countertop. It's not on a tripod, it's not on like a gimbal. I do have the tripod and a gimbal right there, but I ended up not using it because I was like, what's my priority tonight? Is it carrot juice making or is it filming? And my priority is really making the juice. But since my phone is here and I just got my handy dandy microphone on, hopefully it's working and it's recording with a nicer sound. Hopefully, since I have all of this already, I might as well, right? And it's okay. Like I said, when I launched this channel, it's about showing up imperfect, just showing you what life is like in a home that is now caregiving a person who is diagnosed. Maybe you or someone you know is going through something similar. If so, please feel free to share this video. Maybe it will bless them. Maybe they'll learn a thing or two with what I'm sharing today. And if you have any questions or comments with anything in this video, if you want exact quantities, I don't know how many cups and whatnot, I'll try to be more detailed with the juicing part of it. Oops. But if you have any questions on what it tastes like, on the tools that I use, feel free to type that in the comments and I will respond. What else? Yeah, that's it. So let me go ahead and finish peeling the rest of these carrots. Still have quite a whole lot here, but I finished the ones on the horizontal colander. So let me go ahead and finish peeling these, and then I will show you the next step. Okay, peeling the carrots are done, and it's about 7:29 right now, so it took, what, under 25 minutes to peel all the carrots. I didn't peel the oranges and the apples yet because I like to peel those when, like right when I'm putting them right into the juicer. Here are the finished peeled carrots. Oranges are not peeled yet. There's some on there too, and there's all the carrot peels. If you were gardening, this would be great to put in a compost bin so that you will have more nutritious soil for your garden. And when I gardened back in April of last year, I actually put all the peels of the fruits and vegetables in a little compost pile. But I'm not doing that right now, so it's sad that all of this is just gonna have to go in the trash. But comment down below if you have other uses for the carrot peels. I know, like, I suggested to my friend, like, she has chickens, and I was like, do you want these for because you have chickens? But I think they just have more than enough food for their chickens, so they don't need them. But sadly, yeah, it's just gonna have to go in the trash right now. But yeah, that's how long it took to peel the carrots. And next part is removing the tips, and then obviously cutting them up small for the juicer. So that's what I'll be doing next. Okay, I'm now in the next part, which is the cutting up the carrots and putting them in the juicer. Yeah, this is a part that maybe I don't like the most. I don't mind peeling because sometimes it's almost therapeutic to do that. But sorry if it's loud. So normally Terrence and I will be tag teaming the juicing tasks. I would be doing this part, which is the cutting up the carrots and putting them into the juicer, which I'll show you. Well, actually, it's catching part of it. This is right here. He's usually doing the peeling, and so obviously that takes us much less time to finish what we're doing. But right now it's just me. He is actually not feeling well right now, so he is upstairs resting, but that's okay. Doing this is almost therapeutic because it allows me to just not be thinking about a whole lot other than I'm preparing something healthy for my husband. And the kids unfortunately don't like carrot juice. They've tried it, but they are not big fans of this. So, and I don't mind it, but since I found out I was allergic, I try not to drink it anymore because obviously I don't want to get itchy in my hands. I think, oh, here, by the way, this is what happens when you handle the carrots. Your hands will definitely turn orange. And if you drink a lot, your skin will actually also turn orange, but that's normal. It's not bad at all. So, in the cancer coaching community, we are told to drink 48 ounces of carrot juice a day. A day. So that's 8 ounces every hour. That's again to maximize the healing components of the juice. It's essentially the juice becomes your medicine. You're not introducing any chemicals in your body, and it's just the natural juices become your medicine. So in my chopping station, I have a discard bowl for all the little bits of that, right? And then obviously when it's full, I bring it to the garbage. But this way I'm not constantly like throwing stuff out. It would also help if you have a garbage bag, which I do, down on the floor. That's where all that carrot peel is gonna go. But let me just show you what it looks like. Ooh, hold on, let me wipe. This is now all the carrots that I've chopped up so far. Obviously there's a lot more here, there's a lot more there, but this is the carrots. Now the juicer is already plugged in. I'm just going to turn it on. The beauty about this is while that's going on, it's hands-free, right? I don't have to like be putting something in there to push the things down. And so I can be continuing to chop while all of that is happening. All that action, is happening in the juicing part of it. So here you go. There's all that juice. This one has a measurement, so it's gonna show me once it reaches 16 ounces. I don't really need to wait because this one, my measuring cup also obviously has measurements. So this is a 4-cup capacity, 32 ounces. So I'll just continue to chop while that is happening. And if you have any questions as far as juicing and all that stuff, just comment down below and I will try to answer them. Let me see. Here's the juice now. See, there's all that pulp going in there. And then there's this juice. Where's the juice? I like opposite. There you go. And so I will let this out so you can see all that yummy juice being yielded by this wonderful Nama J2 juicer. So as you can see, it's almost done. There's one little bit of carrot in there. And that first batch yielded us 12 ounces of juice. So that's how much juice. It's not a lot. That's how much juice you get for 12 ounces of 12 ounces of juice for this much carrots. So I'm gonna put the rest in. Turn that off. I'm gonna keep chopping so that we can make it to 32 ounces, which is 4 cups of juice. And then I'll show you what the next step is, which is the bottling part. Let's see, that is now about 2 cups or 16 ounces of juice. I'm gonna bottle those up first because I do want to make some. So this first batch of 16 ounces of carrot juice is just pure carrot juice, nothing else to it, right? But I do have some apples and oranges that I wanna mix in. Actually, the taste of it is pretty good. I don't mind them, like I said. When I was making these in the beginning, before I would continue on like making a whole big batch, I would first have shot glasses ready for Terrence and I. And so we would each take a shot to taste them. And then we're like, oh, it's delicious. It's not so bad. And so I would just proceed to make a bigger batch. And yeah, really, there's nothing to it. You just make them. It is, I mean, it's not, there's nothing to it. Definitely, there's a learning curve, I would say. But once you get used to it, it's really not that bad. Like I said, for me, it's therapeutic because when you're making juice that you know is going to help your loved one heal naturally without any chemicals and medication in their body, then that's a beautiful thing. You're using something that the Lord created exactly as it is, right? This is exactly as the Lord created it. No preservatives, no sugar, no additives. It's exactly how creation is supposed to be. Very nourishing and very healing for your body. And that's really how God designed food, right? Food from the earth is meant to heal us and nourish us. And so that's really what we believe. That's why we are, we switched to this lifestyle. So like I said, we made 16 ounces or 2 cups of juice in the first batch. I'm gonna go ahead and bottle that. So let me go ahead and find bottles. Okay, got my glass bottles here. These are bottles from salad dressing, actually. I like these because these are the perfect 8-ounce size. So 1 sitting, 1 serving. And I'm just gonna go bottle up the juice from our first batch of just pure carrot juice. Here you go. You want to fill the bottle all the way to the top with little to no air left, because that's what keeps it fresh. You don't want the juice to oxidate. So the less space up the top, the better. And you want to use glass bottles because the juice lasts fresher in the fridge that way. Obviously, you don't want to use plastics for your containers because you're trying to heal your body. You don't want to use anything that's going to harm it, like plastic containers. So there we are. There's our first 2 bottles of pure carrot juice. The next ones I'm gonna mix in the apples. And so we are actually gonna get more juice because we're using fruit along with the apples. I mean, along with the carrots. So we're gonna get more juice when we mix in the apples with this batch, and we're also gonna get a lot more juice when we mix in the oranges in the next batch. Actually, before that, I'm gonna go ahead and put these in the fridge. So cold pressed juice, as soon as you make it, put it in the fridge if you're not gonna drink it, to keep it as fresh as possible. And these will last in the fridge fresh for up to 2 to 3 days is the ideal amount of time to drink them. Oops. So for the apples, I have this tool that's an apple corer. When you're juicing a whole lot, it definitely helps to have the right tools to help your job go faster. Hang on, someone's at the door. That was Miguel at the door, but the apples are now peeled, so I'm gonna put them in the juicer now. It's mostly carrots, but I will put 2 apples in this batch, and that's really the ratio, I would say, for the carrots. I will measure this for future, but right now that's just kind of how I eyeball it. It's for every that much cup of carrots, I put 2 apples. And these apples are fairly small, but these are red ones, so they would be sweet, and they will add that sweeter taste to the carrot juice. They recommend the green ones, the Granny Smith apples, actually, with that. But if you don't have that, then it's okay to use the red ones. So let's start this carrot apple batch. Actually, I have an extra red apple, so I'm just gonna add that to this batch as well. While we're making the juice, our parakeet Angel, she loves carrot pulp, so we're actually gonna give her some tonight, so she gets to have a lovely, healthy treat. Okay, here is now our batch of the carrot apple juice, and this one yielded about just a little over 16 ounces, a little over 2 cups, so maybe 18 ounces of juice. So a little more than the last one, because the apples are a little juicier than the carrots, so it yielded a little bit more juice. So I will bottle this up so that it's not mixed in with the rest. I forgot to mention, before I bottle anything that's mixed, so this is not pure carrot, since it's mixed, I give it a little stir. Give it a little stir before I bottle it, just so everything gets incorporated before we put it in the bottle. So here is carrot apple juice. beautiful. Actually, this one is carrots with red apples. Next one's gonna have the carrot with Granny Smith apple mixture. One thing I forgot to mention is I like to keep my work area very tidy. So anything that's like, there's any spills or vegetables or things like that, I try to just keep everything very clean so it's not chaotic while I'm juicing. So obviously along the way your tools will get messy. I've got the peeler here, I've got the carrot, the apple corer, the stirrer, and my knife. And so now we're gonna go cut up the rest of these carrots for the next batch, which is carrots with Granny Smith. I have the batch here with the carrots and the green apples, so let's go ahead and finish that. But I also finished cutting up the rest of the carrots and also the oranges, so this will be the last juice combination is carrots and oranges. I usually juice they have these pink juice sun-kissed oranges, but I prefer the it's called Cara oranges, and they're a little bit sweeter to me, and I like them when Costco has them. I haven't seen them in a while, so these are just regular like sun-kissed oranges, but they're fine. So okay, let me finish this and then I'll show you what our finished products look like. Okay, this batch of carrots and Granny Smith apples are ready, and this yielded about 20 ounces. But these apples were bigger than the last one, so that's why there's more. So it's really hard to give actual measurements in terms of number of fruits and veggies, because obviously every carrot, every apple, every orange, they're different sizes. So you can't really have a recipe based on pieces, even though I've seen those in like the cancer coaching book. It's like this many pieces of carrots or this many pieces of oranges. But you know, I mean, you just kind of like eyeball the recipe, I guess. But let me see. As you can see, the strainer gets pretty, you know, gunky after a while. So sometimes in between, I have to go rinse this up in the sink to get rid of it. You can also press it in. I might do that at the end, actually, but right now, there's the carrots and green apple mixture. Give it a stir. And then we will bottle this up right now. I still have about 5 of these. I'm missing one. I have like an even number of these, like I think 10 pieces. So I already have 4 inside and there's 5 here. I'm missing one. I'm not sure where it is. Probably the kids have it upstairs. Or it could be in the dishwasher too. But okay, that's beautiful right there. It's liquid gold for your health. Now people will say that isn't this too much sugar for your body? And I would say no. And that's what our coaches say also, because fruit and sugar is different from the sugar that's found in preservatives like cakes and things like that. So this is good for your sugar. I have to change my gloves because the other ones were getting very, like, I don't know, dingy already. And it's okay. These gloves are, oops, this kind, and it is, let me see. This is food grade gloves. So obviously I think it's better without it, but I have to wear these because of the carrot allergy. Anyway, let's go ahead and finish the last batch. And this session obviously took a little longer. It's about a little after 8:30 now. So that's already an hour and a half of juicing, but that's because I'm stopping in between to film. Normally I would say we would probably be done by now, including clean up, but because I am filming, it's taking a little longer. That's okay. So let's finish the rest of this. This is gonna be 2 more rounds, I think. Oops. Carrot, a loose carrot. I'll wash that a bit. Ay, ay, ay. Bayan. Okay. So I'll split this in half so that one batch gets, you know, 2 carrots and then 2 full oranges right there, so it's equal. And then the rest is, this is the rest. This would be the last batch. So I'm curious to see how much this will yield in juice. I'll show you, this is how much pulp we've accumulated since earlier. That's the juice. I stopped mirroring my image in this setting, so I'm still getting used to the whole camera orientation with it not being mirrored. It's weird, but I am learning that that's better for filming, so that you can see, like, if there's words in my shirt or like somewhere, it's not like the opposite way when you see it on video. So hopefully this is not picking up the juicer sound because it's very loud. Hopefully it's the audio, it looks like it's turned on. Hopefully the audio is picking up my voice very clearly, but not the juicer, right? And then let me just show you while this is going what the rest of the kitchen looks like. We've got that. This is all the peels of the carrots that I'm gonna get rid of. There's the colander that needs to be washed. After all of this is done, there's the cleanup part, of course, which is gonna involve washing the juicers, washing all of this stuff, your what is this? Your tools, the measuring things and stuff. So it's really a whole production when you think about it. When you're juicing, it's preparation of the fruits and vegetables, the supplies, and then obviously bottling it and then cleaning it up, right? It's a lot of work, but it's okay because, like I said, it's an investment in your health, and it's better than taking medicine, right? Or putting chemicals in your body. So it's worth it. It's work, but it's worth it. It's for your health. And I'm finding out lately, or we're all finding out lately, that health is wealth. And so it is worth the time and effort investment. It's worth the time and effort investment to invest in your health. So yay, that one yielded, also 2 cups, 2 whole cups with the oranges. Anyway, this is the last batch, so I'm guessing this whole batch with the oranges will yield 32 ounces or 4 cups exactly, and then some, maybe because it looks like there's a little bit more here. Yan. Oh, malapit na tayong matapos. This remaining ones, and then we're almost done. So while the last batch is finishing up juicing, I turned it off for a sec because it's loud. But I'm just gonna gather all the stuff that needs to be washed. That includes this bowl, the tools, your knives and things like that. I'm gonna leave this because I still have to stir that last bit of juice before I bottle it. But yeah, it's definitely a lot of work, but once you get the flow of it, it's not so bad at all. Okay, this last batch actually yielded a whole lot than I expected. But I mean, actually it's to be expected because oranges are much juicier and they produce a lot more juice. And so we've got two 8-ounce bottles over here. We still have leftover in the measuring glass. And then we also have more in here. So there's still 16 ounces over there. And that's how much pulp we've collected. And I wish I knew how to use that pulp, right? Again, if I were gardening right now, this would be wonderful for your compost bin, and it will just make your soil very nutritious for your garden. But I'm not gardening at the moment, and so unfortunately we'll have to discard this. But if you have any tips on what to do with carrot juice pulp or pulp with oranges and apples, let me know down below in the comments. And I am out of those 8-ounce bottles, so I have these mason jars. Any glass container will really do for these juices. Glass is perfect because they will keep the freshness really long for your juices. And as I've mentioned before, you want to store your juices in the fridge as soon as your juice is done. As soon as you make your juice, put them in the fridge immediately. And what else? And consume them within 48 hours. So 2 to 3 days. 48 to 72 hours. I think they say 48 hours is ideal so that you get the maximum amount of freshness and nutrition from the juice. Have we kept them in the fridge longer than that? Yes, we have. It's not ideal, especially with the green juices. You could definitely taste the difference. I don't think you can much with the carrot and orange as long as you keep them cool in the fridge, but you could definitely taste it when with the green juice. And I love the green juice recipe. My green juice recipe is a combination of spinach, chard, and kale with apples and oranges combined. And it sounds gross, but it's delicious. So I will make that next time for you guys. But that type of juice is better consumed immediately. You don't want to have that sitting in the fridge. So I don't make a whole lot of the green juice batch because they are best consumed as soon as you make it, within the next day is ideal. But for these ones, the carrot juice, like I said, it's good for 2 to 3 days. And this filled up whole mason jar. I will save the rest for Terrence to drink right now, actually. He's awake, so I won't bottle up the rest of this anymore. But I will just give it to him. It's not cold yet, so I'll put it in ice, but obviously that's not ideal because it will water down your juice. But since I want him to drink this already, then I will put it in ice. So really, that's it. That is all the juice we made for today. Thank you for watching. There's all the juice we made tonight. Yay! Our fridge light needs to be replaced, so that's why it's dark here, but Thank you so much for joining today and learning about how to make carrot juice. Hope you find this helpful. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Love you guys. Till the next time. Bye.